Developments in the Liam Payne case, i.e. Roger Norres suing Jeff Payne. This is part 2 of the video. Please keep along. If you've not seen part 1, it will be the last video. Now, I think it's very important that we all understand what the reasoning is. Yes, it is defamation, but Roger is essentially trying to get Jeff Payne to retract his statements that Jeff has made that basically says Roger was responsible and had a duty of care to Liam. Within the court paperwork, there is 2 news articles, one from the New York Post and one from TMZ. These are basically articles where Jeff has said Roger volunteered to take over Liam's care and arranged to put him into rehab. Roger knows that if this comes as fact, that charge of abandonment could very much be put back in place, and that is what we want. So he isn't happy with this. This paperwork got sent out on the 8th of January. And still to this point, Jeff Payne has refused to retract these statements, and rightly so. Now, many of these early documents in this paperwork is all statements from Jeff which back up what he has said in the mainstream media, including when I wasn't with Liam and he stayed with Roger, who was responsible for his care. He was the one who reported his condition to me and sometimes his bodyguard when he was an artist. What I want to make clear is that Roger had full responsibility for Liam's care during the last period when I was not there, i.e. Argentina, because this is how he assumed it when he called him by his own means to help him in his treatment. In fact, it was Roger himself who decided to accompany Liam on his last stay in Buenos Aires, and part of his care he needed, care of which Roger was well aware. So there was a 10-week programme that was put into place for the care of Liam to help with his addictions and help with everything else to do with recovery. In the court paperwork, it basically outlines this, and it outlines who was present. In fact, they called themselves a team, and that team included Jeff, Roger, Kate, Liam, and Liam's bodyguard. Roger was in fact the person who arranged Argentina. Roger was in fact the person who took over control of Liam's health in Argentina with the absence of Jeff. In fact, for somebody who claims they have no responsibility towards Liam, Roger was the one who brought in psychiatrists, psychologists, and everything else he possibly needed. Some of which Jeff Payne was not actually aware of. Are you ready for part 3?